Ancient and modern, the tower has kept watch over Aarhus for 80 years. It's the Danish city with the feel of a tranquil town, but don't let appearances fool you, because for the next 9 days, this is the sporting centre of Scandinavia. A warm welcome to the TotalEnergies BWF Thomas and Uber Cup finals, delayed from 2020, but happening right here, right now. Those are all the competing nations. As you can see, they are spread right across the globe, from Japan on the far right of your screen, across Asia and Europe, and then Canada on the extreme left. These two competitions running simultaneously, and you'll see pretty much every shuttle struck. Let's explain to you then exactly how all this is going to work over the next 9 days. Group stages, they go through until Wednesday. The Uber quarterfinals on Thursday, then the Thomas Cup quarterfinals, Uber Cup semis on Friday, Thomas Cup semis, Uber Cup final, that's on Saturday night, the Uber Cup final, and the Thomas Cup final is on Sunday afternoon. So let's have a check then on how the groups break down in the Uber Cup. Our match coming up is Japan against France. That is in Group A, as you can see. Indonesia and Germany are the other two involved. They've already played, actually, those two. In Group B, you would imagine that the ties would be the strongest, but we'll see. Group C, Korea and Chinese Taipei lead the way, with the underdogs of Tahiti and Egypt. And in Group D, China, who are not the holders, by the way, Japan are the holders, Denmark, Malaysia and the Canadians make up that group. If you were with us earlier, you'd have seen Chinese Taipei go down 3-2 to Thailand in an absolute thriller. Let's hope we can measure up to that. Later on, after our match, you can join Jill Clark for coverage of Korea versus Germany. That's a Thomas Cup match. Our first order of business, though, is Japan versus France. And should be fascinating, because although obviously Japan, the holders, will start big favourites, they did a few upsets in the past, and we may see some more here. Let's have a look exactly what's going to happen on this court. And as I say, it should be fascinating. The experienced left-hander Sayaka Takahashi starts a big favourite against the former French national champion Marie Batomene. Then our first doubles, two greats of the game, Fukushima and Matsutomo, likely to give Delru and Palermo a severe test. We've another lefty, Aya Ohori, up next in the singles. 21-year-old Leonie Houet doing battle here for France. Twice women's doubles world champion Mayu Matsumoto partners Nami Matsuyama in the second doubles versus Lambert and Tran. And our swan song brings together two youngsters, Asuka Takahashi taking on Anna Tatranova, the latter looking for an early birthday present. She turns 18 on Tuesday. So off we go with Takahashi versus Batomene. Takahashi, as I said, will start a big favourite. She is ranked inside the world's top 15. So a real test for the Frenchwoman. And the players are already on their way. We were actually overrunning with our first match, but they've turned things around very, very quickly here. 3 sessions per day on 3 courts, so we can't mess around. Japan have won this competition 6 times, including the last edition. And here comes Marie Batomene, Takahashi's opponent. Both 29, these two women. Out there with our chair umpire from India. Never met before. And as you would expect, every conceivable COVID protocol is being followed here. Just about the longest event we have in top flight badminton, the Thomas and Uber Cup. 9 days, 9 straight days of action, and a lot of the players have come here off the back of the Sudirman Cup in Helsinki. So Sayaka Takahashi, as you can see, she's ranked 15. She actually got up into the top 10 a couple of years ago. Very experienced left-hander. She was part of the Japan team that won Uber Cup gold in Bangkok in 2018. That was a phenomenal event with the crowd in the Thai capital going absolutely manic in the latter stages of that event. And her opponent, Marie Batomene, ranked at number 60, which is pretty much as high as she's ever been. She got a couple of spots better earlier this year. Started playing the game at just 8 years old. National champion, she finally got that title in 2019. She was a losing finalist in both 2013 and 2017. And she does have a couple of minor tournament victories. She won the Belarus International 3 years ago, and then the Algerian International a year later. So this, I don't think it's going to be completely straightforward for the Japanese. Their defence of the title starting right here. This competition has been held every 2 years since way back in 1984, except for last year because of the COVID issue, so that's why it's been held over from 2020. That's Kamasha Robertson of Belgium. C.R. Rajiv is the chair umpire here. Big ask for the French, obviously, to get a win over the defending champions and such a powerhouse of women's badminton, the Japan team. But every journey starts with one small step. Can that woman, Marie Batomene, spring a surprise here in the first match of this tie? Stand by then for the chair umpire introductions.
And now, number 3, Korea, represented by Sudirman.
I think he's just pausing because they're announcing players out on court 3. 3 courts in operation for the first few days here, with so many matches to get in. There you see it. And our court is the middle one there, court number 1. Okay, Mr. Rajiv, I think this is your cue to introduce the players.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, France, represented by Batomene. And on my left, Japan, represented by Sayaka Takahashi. France to serve. Love all. Play.
So here we go, Batomene getting us underway, and Japan getting the defence of their title underway.
One love.
4 teams in each group as mentioned. Top 2 teams qualify for the quarterfinals. And Japan, who were in the final of the Sudirman Cup last week, lost out to China. And will be absolutely desperate to retain their titles. Takahashi plays a first shot in anger after the initial error that gave the first point of the game to the Frenchwoman. And you can see already on the front foot, wants to be aggressive, wants to be attacking. This might be a really tough next 40-50 minutes for Marie Batomene. Got to find a way of trying to fight fire with fire, but it's a lot easier said than done. There's a slight drift in the hall. It'll take her a little while just to get used to that. That was long by a long way. Perfect technique and great power she gets from even from right at the back of the court. She was pretty much on the back line when she struck that, and it had way too much on it for Batomene to deal with. Oh, lovely. Well, it's been something of an exhibition so far, even in the first couple of minutes of this match. And if Batomene didn't realise she'd be in for a serious test, well, she certainly does now. 5-1. The point she got was an error from Takahashi. Who looks in a mood here to get the job done in double quick time. I was just about to say that was a more competitive point from Batomene until she made a fairly straightforward error. Just to give you an idea of the quality of Sayaka Takahashi, she won 4 major tournaments 3 years ago, including the Super 500 Singapore Open. Maybe the level has dropped slightly, but still a top player. Sister of the Olympic women's doubles gold medalist Sayaka Takahashi, of course. Well, just when Batomene thought she definitely won a point, she may still, but it's been challenged by the Japanese, even though she's 7-1 up. They think she really believes she's going to get this, but why not have a look? Completely in control of this opening game as we stand. Each player has 2 challenges per game, and if you're successful, you keep it. Well, she's got some support, Marie Batomene. 10 strong French. Oh, that nearly caught the line, didn't it? definitely worth having a look, but it is a second point to Batomene.
One challenge remaining.
I didn't think it was quite as close as that.
2-7. Play.
Well, she was in trouble there, the Frenchwoman, from the moment that Takahashi read the serve. There was an inevitability about that being a very short point. A shot from Batomene just invited the straightforward winner. Beautifully done again. She doesn't know which way it's going, Batomene, does she? I don't know if it's going down the line or cross court. Proved to be the latter. I don't think she was really covering either, truth to tell. Well, all these errors are going to do is just encourage Takahashi even more. A couple of short clears from the Frenchwoman in that rally. Staring down the barrel at a very one-sided scoreline. Well, she'll take the points any way she can get them. It nearly sneaked over the net. By the net, it lands safe, and so a lot of thinking for Batomene to do at the interval, trailing by 11 points to 3. At the moment, we'd have to be honest and say it's difficult to see any way back for her. I don't think she would have got that anyway, even had it not just clipped the top of the tape. Caught the line. First error of judgment from Takahashi. Suspect it won't be particularly significant. Clearly in the mood to play a lot of short points, the Japanese. And that's out as well.
6-11.
So 3 points in a row for Batomene. Can't afford to do that though. Just looked to have a body shape slightly wrong there. I don't think she angled the racket head too much. It's almost like a golfer aiming a ball into the rough. Better.
Over 7-13.
Go down as an unforced error, but At least she was asking Takahashi a question at that point. The scoreline looking distinctly more respectable than it was, but still a healthy lead for Takahashi. There is a drift right to left as you look. I think that was the cleanest contact anyway from the Japanese. Well played. A bit more confidence coursing through her veins now. Late decision, wasn't it, from the Japanese to play that. Kill was the easiest shot she's had to play so far this afternoon. Just past 2 o'clock local time here in Denmark. All of a sudden, the momentum of the match is starting to turn around a bit. I think it may be that Takahashi's level has dipped. Batomene's has certainly gone up. As a result, there's 3 points in it now. Not sure what it is, but the left hand has always just looked a little bit more aesthetically pleasing, not just in badminton. It's a whole range of sports: golf, tennis, cricket. Something about it. Well, that's much better. That's where she was in the first part of this game. Nearly 300 kilometres an hour. Way too quick for Marie Batomene. Absolutely nailed down the line and well inside the line too. So much power. Batomene was nowhere near it. All the noise you can hear, by the way, is because Denmark are playing on the other court. I suspect they may have just won, judging by the raucous crowd noise. Surprisingness.
11-16.
Oh, that's beautifully angled. It really was. Oh, clever. Lovely change up that. Takahashi didn't see that coming.
12-17.
Certainly some more promising signs from Marie Batomene since the interval.
Blank.
Well, that was just asking for the treatment and it got it.
So, 18-12.
The Christmas present a couple of months too early, that. Just starting to look at a tad dispirited again, Batomene. Takahashi a couple of points away from securing this opening game. That's a nice little drop shot that from Batomene. I think she can take some positives out of this game, which she's almost certainly going to lose, but and take them into the second game of the match. She had such a poor start. Just put her on the back foot, and even though she recovered a little bit, just had potentially too much work to do. So just a couple of points now for Takahashi. And there's the first of them. 7 game points for the Japanese.
20. Game time. 13.
Please welcome the technical officials to court number 2.
That'll do it. Little scare just after the interval when Batomene got it back to a 3-point deficit, but 21-13, very comfortable in the end. And Takahashi will be well confident, you'd imagine, of securing a second game as well. Just 16 minutes, not too many lengthy rallies at all in that opener. Been a mixture, hasn't it, of subtlety, power from Takahashi. So experienced. 29 she is now. Only 4 countries actually have ever won the Uber Cup. Japan, the holders, they won it 6 times. China, 14. They've actually won 9 of the last 11. And then 3 each for Indonesia and the USA. The USA actually won the first 3 events.
Second game. Love all. Flight.
It's my era. Korea have won it as well. 5 countries. So can Batomene be more competitive, a bit more savvy in this second game than she was in the opener? Needs to get off to a decent start, you feel, which she didn't do in that first game. She was kind of behind the 8 ball for the full duration of it.
Service over. 1 love. Service over. 1-all.
Well, that was a little casual, wasn't it? That was almost halfway up the net. That service from Takahashi.
1.
Very, very unlike her. No wonder it elicits a scowl. She's going to challenge this. It was called out.
Batomene challenges. Called out.
I don't think I'd blame her either. This might be relatively adjacent to that back line. See what Hawkeye has to say on the matter. That's out by a fair way.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over.
I always think it's easier to make a confident challenge when it's a sideline rather than the back line. So you're looking right down the line of the shuttle.
Three, 2.
Well, that's a great pity because there was a superb hairpin in the middle of that rally from Batomene, which Takahashi did brilliantly to reach. And then again, just the error from the French woman that in the end gave the point to Takahashi. I think she thought about maybe challenging that, but she's only got 1 left, and it's pretty early in the game to burn another. What a delightful angle, wasn't it? I think the average geometry teacher would be impressed with that. I don't remember if it's acute or obtuse, but either way, it was too good for Batomene. Just clip the top of the net, I think, which elicited the error from the Japanese. I'll be pretty confident that Japan team of winning this tie and obviously progressing through the group. Germany and Indonesia, the other two nations in this Group A. Yeah, just starting to get the run around a little bit, isn't she, Batomene?
9-3.
Yeah, so quick to follow that in.
10-3.
It almost anticipated that Batomene was just going to get way too much height on it, barely get it back over the net, and that wasn't coming back. So a point away from being the same scoreline, the interval in game 2, than it was in the opening game. Wow, that's just absolutely stunning shot. Made it look ridiculously easy. It was anything but. And again, as it was in the opening game, an 11-3 interval lead for Sayaka Takahashi.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds.
Well, well worth looking at that again, this last point. Stunning deception. It's the angle she got on that.
11-3, fly.
So, can Takahashi seal the deal here? It's been, in truth, very comfortable for her so far. World number 15. That was a misjudgment. If you remember, it was at this stage in the first game that Batomene started a little bit of a mini recovery, or more than a mini recovery, actually. Well, she got it back to 3-point deficit at one stage. And if Takahashi's going to keep doing that, Batomene's going to have a big problem. But they've got a really good chance in the next doubles, potentially, with Delru and Palermo, to at least make it competitive against Fukushima and Matsutomo, who obviously haven't played together. So
13-4.
I think the French are going to completely lose heart, even if, as expected, they lose this opener. Well, she had multiple options there. Could have done anything she liked with that.
14-5.
Well, she's trying absolutely everything. You can see it, can't you, Batomene? The problem is, for her at the moment, absolutely nothing's working. Almost surprised when she loses a point, the way she's playing. Just a consummate display, isn't it? It's not faultless. She has made a few unforced errors, but for the most part, her court craft is so impressive. Closing in now. Take one of the great comebacks here for Batomene to get back into the second game and therefore the match. It's long though.
17-6.
Yeah, saw her back on her heels a little bit there, did Batomene. Fairly straightforward little drop shot to play.
Service over. 18-7.
So just 3 points away from securing the opening match in this 5-match rubber, and of course they will play all 5. Thought about leaving it, thought about playing it, in the end did the former, and it was on the line.
Service over. 8-18.
Clearly a correct call. Once again, completely deceived.
Service over.
Batomene.
19-8.
Haven't really had to sweat too much, have they?
Out.
Japan contingent. A smile that says, what did I do that for? It's a silly error, doesn't really matter, or shouldn't.
19.
And that brings up 11 match points for Sayaka Takahashi, who's wasted no time in disposing of Marie Batomene. Well, she's got into double figures,
Service over.
which she will have desperately wanted to do. And I think she'll be honest enough to admit that she was outclassed in this encounter against the world number 15. Has been inside the top 10. It was just 2.5 years ago. And that'll do it. 21 points to 10 in that second game, and Sayaka Takahashi has beaten Marie Batomene very comprehensively. No wonder she's given us a broad smile. 21-13, 21-10. And it didn't take long at all. Just the start the defending champions would have wanted. 34 minutes, the match time. A match that was notable for the absence of lengthy rallies. I'm not sure what the longest rally we had was, but I doubt it was more than 25 or 30 strokes. So France playing catch-up here after Takahashi's victory. And this was the moment. Japan secured the victory in the shape of Sayaka Takahashi. A point that pretty much summed up the match from Batomene's point of view. Of course, they will have the luxury of chopping and changing their lineup. The Japanese got a big squad here. Well, coming up very shortly, it's our first doubles match. Fukushima Matsutomo against Palermo and Del Rue. Coming up in a moment. Well, we'll welcome back to Aarhus, which is actually the second biggest city in the country after Copenhagen, but it doesn't feel like a big city. Really tranquil way of life in this part of the world. And we are up to our second match now in this Japan versus France tie. Japan having taken an early lead.